Morning, Nick.
How are you?
How are you guys?
Good. Good to be back.
Yeah. Where am I looking first? Just
Me.
at you?
You're looking at me. Quiet on set. We good? I want to transport us back to 10 months ago. How are you kind of prepping for the Amex?
Well, Nick, a year ago, you were a student at the University of Alabama, first player as an amateur to come out and win on the PGA Tour since 1991, and now you're the Rookie of the Year. So on behalf of the PGA Tour and all your friends and peers who voted for you, I'm very honored to hand you the Arnold Palmer Trophy. And now you can stop calling me.
Congratulations. Thank you, man. Super proud of you.
Oh, this is sweet. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I've never seen one of these.
Me neither.
I'll have to get a replica for here.
Nick Dunlap just had a really good day. He was named PGA Tour Rookie of the Year at 20 years old. And honestly, after the season he's had,
Nick Dunlap wins the American Express.
it's hard to find a stat attached to his name that doesn't blow your mind. He's won as an amateur and professional in the same year, the only person to ever do that. He's getting compared to Tiger Woods, but after spending the day with him, I feel like he's just worried about what kind of blinds to put up in his new condo.
Whatever. So the first things for the new place is get electric blinds.
It's almost like just two guys kicking it in front of the fireplace. So that's kind of the idea of this.
Are you getting feet fixed?
Tell those. I started my first semester, I think I only, oh, there's the train. Beautiful. Yep. There's the Tuscaloosa
Good night, everybody.
train.
This is an absolute honor and pleasure. This facility is unbelievable.
Remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just talking with Coach. You left at the perfect time, so you really didn't get a chance to experience this,
yeah.
right? What was that experience like for you, just kind of walking in here for the first time and seeing the beauty of it all?
It was neat. I got to see literally the blueprints of it. Yeah. So I saw the golf course, what it was supposed to be, and then Coach Sewell will bring us out here, and it's like, oh, this is going to be where the facility is. This is the golf course. This is the chipping green. And it's literally just dirt and rocks and a tree. But to see it go from that to this is unbelievable.
Something tells me you'll always have a key fob whenever you want to come through this place because you're now amongst the greats. And as you walk here at 21 years old, you see, you know, JT, who's now a friend of yours, and a lot of these guys, and your name is in the mix.
Yeah, it's neat. It really is. It's very, like I said, very, very humbling. They've got so many great players to come through here, and to just be on a short list of them is nice.
Do you try to not think about stuff like that and just in your head tell yourself, I'm a normal kid here in Alabama, or do you think about some of...
I try to embrace it. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I grew up an Alabama guy. I went to school here. I love wearing the colors. I love repping it. I've got, I still have the script A on my bag, and it'll always be a part of me.
I love it. Well, as we make our way down here,
that was the national championship team.
We see a couple of guys in there. Barack Obama is there. We got JT.
Yeah, Justin, Bud.
Look at Tom Lovelady, yeah.
Robbie Prater on the end.
You got Willie over there.
Yep.
Some of these guys I know. Doesn't JT look like he's on his best behavior, just going, oh my gosh, the president, his hand is on my back right now.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so let's come in here because there's some pretty impressive hardware, and I do not want to bury the lead because just a couple of hours ago, this Rookie of the Year Arnold Palmer trophy has been moved right here. They said that you can take it home, don't worry, but for right now, it's going to sit right here. And you've had a couple hours to process. Where are you at with it?
It's so cool. I mean, I looked at the list of the guys that have won it, and it's very humbling, that's for sure. To skip some of the stages that I was lucky enough to do it, and to be on the PGA Tour now, living out my dream, and to win that award is pretty cool.
Second youngest after Jordan Spieth. He won it in 2013. You going to talk to Jordan about this?
Yeah, I'll talk to him out there. That's what's so cool about the guys out there is they still kind of are my idols and my role models, but now they're friends of mine, which is it's really, really cool for me.
For the first time since 1991, an amateur has won on the PGA Tour.
your first tour win at the American Express, Mom, I go back to the video in my head. She's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. As a dad, I get emotional because I picture.
I wasn't crying until I started to see them cry, and then I was done.
What do you remember about that moment of just taking it in, not just winning your first tournament, but seeing your parents there and adding that extra level of emotion?
Yeah, just them being there, honestly. That's all I want for them is they almost didn't want to have a kid just because they wanted to travel. And I'm like, well, here you go. Now you can travel all you want.
Think they're happy now?
But yeah, I just want them to come out and watch me and have a good time.
I got the sense that Mom is still processing all of this.
A little bit.
Because I go back to the press conference when you decided to turn pro.
Choosing the University of Alabama is by far the greatest decision I've ever made. Didn't think I was gonna cry.
She's up there handing you Kleenexes because she's just so emotional.
I am turning professional. I'm accepting my PGA Tour membership, and I'm going to debut at the Pebble Beach AT&T Pro-Am.
But this is new territory for everybody. Who's processing this more? You, Mom, Dad, all of you?
Everybody. It's all a new world, and just me kind of getting thrown into the grown-up world a little bit. I mean, I got thrown into some stuff that I didn't even pay taxes. How do I bought a place in South Florida. I'm like, I don't know how to do any of this. Get furniture in. So they're there every step of the way.
Second winner of the year there for Dunlap.
Winning the Barracuda Championship.
I've learned that these moments, they come and go quickly. And especially in professional golf, Reno this year is like, okay, I won on Sunday. Well, I'm playing Thursday and at 3 a.m.
It's on to the next so fast,
you're on
right?
to the next. So I'm trying to get better with soaking up the small things, enjoying them, enjoying this, because it will come and go quickly.
Do you rewatch it when you're kind of down or more when you
Absolutely.
feel like a momentum?
Mainly when I'm down. It's just so small between good and bad that sometimes you need that extra lift of, I am still pretty good at this game. Like, I've done some cool stuff, and watching highlights and some stuff that you've done, it helps you.
It's refreshing to hear you say on to the next, but I'm not going to always allow that to happen. I want to kind of marinate in these moments.
Yeah.
Can you appreciate this right now, or are you already thinking about competing in your next tournament?
I'm appreciating it. I'm itching to get back out there because I've taken enough time, and I'm ready to. I'm a competitive dude. I'm ready to get back out there. But this is it'll definitely go in the center of a lot of things. It's something I worked towards. The minute I turned professional, and it was something I wanted to get my hands on. So I'm very, very grateful to do that.
Do you know where it's going to go in that new home of yours in Florida?
Well, I have like this extra little bonus room that I don't know what to do with it, and I don't really want to spend like $5,000 to put couches there, and for nobody to ever sit in it. I don't know. It just doesn't make any.
You can afford couches now, man.
I know, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, I bought this condo completely unfurnished, nothing in it.
Yeah, Mom
It's like
told me.
I'm putting stuff, and I'm finally not sleeping on the ground anymore. I have a bed frame, which is
What does
great.
that mean? Did you have a mattress at least?
I had a mattress. It was a mattress on the ground.
And this is after you won?
Yeah. Yeah, for like after both of them. After 2.5 months, I was sleeping on the ground. And it kind of loses its like homey feeling a little bit when you put a bed frame. It's like, now I got like furniture. And I thought about doing a cool little, I feel like I could put some like bags on the wall and maybe a couple trophies. And just make it like a cool little room for me to go in whenever I'm bored or need lifting up or put some cool pictures up there or something. But yeah, that's definitely going to go there.
What if you just did a circle table, no couches, put this in the middle and put a spotlight on it?
Put a nice little like glass like little cylinder around it.
How does life actually change once you decide to become a tour player and win your first couple tournaments? Like actually change?
You got a lot of friends all of a sudden.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It can be both.
Are you pretty good at noticing when people are hitting you up more all of a sudden because you're Nick Dunlap now?
I remember getting advice from Kyle Thompson. He used to play professionally, but I have about 3 friends that I grew up with that, I'd do anything for them, they do anything for me, and you just, stay close to those people because they don't care if I'm good at golf, bad at golf. They're always going to be there. They're always going to want to hang out. It doesn't change now that, I may have had a little success in the PGA Tour. And honestly, just trying to keep that connection.
Does this ever get normal, walking by stuff like this and these trophies and photos?
They've got a historic program. I wish I'd have contributed and we could have won a national championship. But
you understand why it was the right move now, right?
yeah, it's too hard to turn down. It really is. I was given a golden ticket, and if that's what you want to do, you gotta take it.
And I feel like Coach was more than on board, right?
Yeah, it was so cool because I came back. I didn't want to turn pro in a press conference. I wanted to turn pro with my team. I wanted them to be the first to know. Team meeting on Wednesday, I'm like, I'm gonna tell the guys. And I got up there and immediately just lost it. Like, started crying. I'm like, man. And Cannon Claycomb stood up and he's like, if you don't turn pro, we're gonna be mad at you. And they were super supportive. They were all on board and they've been great.
That's good teammates and good friends right there, huh?
Hard to find.
We talked about how life's changed personally, but how has it changed professionally for you?
It's such an eye-opening thing when you step out there for the first time. You see all the people, you see the grandstands. I'm not used to that. My tour debut at Pebble, I'm playing with Scotty, Sam, Burns, and Ludwig. I'm like, man, I just went from playing, college golf and sitting around a table at our dining hall, and I'm playing with the best players in the world the next week. After 2 months, you kind of start to think you're not any good. I'm like, man, I'm not really playing that great. I'm playing every week with Scotty. I'm watching him hit it. I'm like, this guy's unbelievable. And then it took a second to realize, like, okay, I'm comparing myself to, we just watched his year and what he did. I'm like, you can't, it's unbelievable.
Right.
So I kind of had to snap back and like, all right, like I'm still good. This guy's just unbelievable. And, but it was fun to watch and it's fun to chase him.
So what you're saying is you're really competitive and hard on yourself, like all of us, right?
Yeah.
But yours is on another level.
Yeah, overly competitive. I mean, you get thrown into this new world of professional golf, and I ultimately skipped 1 or 2 steps along the way, whether PGA Tour Americas and Korn Ferry, and went straight to the tour playing against those guys. And I had a lot to get better at, and I still do. And it's just learning from those guys as good as it gets.
I love it. Let's jump upstairs.
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to go back a little bit.
Little donor space up there.
Yep. I just have to address something. I feel like you're way too mature for someone who is now 21 years old. Is this how you always are? Or is this like an on-camera thing, or you're like in the zone, the golf zone right now? Like, what is this?
I could fake it and say it. I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty chill dude for the most part. I've always surrounded myself with people that are older than me. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I typically don't have any friends my age. I mean, it might sound weird, but especially now, all my peers are, 30 and married and have kids.
That's a good thing, though. It's more wisdom, more wisdom down the road.
Yeah.
I want to stay in this zone and kind of go back a little bit to your childhood. There were always hints throughout your life that you weren't just an average, everyday golfer. Where does your mind go when you kind of pause and look back and go, okay, maybe that was a tentpole moment where I knew that I was different? Where do you go in your mind when you think about some of those key things that happened leading up to today?
I don't know if I was 12 or 13, but I shot 59 in a tournament. And that's kind of the time I'm like, okay, maybe I need to look a little bit more into this golf thing.
I think I read that you were 10 years old and you would just hang out at the golf course all day and wouldn't leave until nighttime. Just be hitting balls until they kicked you off.
Yep.
That's a normal everyday occurrence because most 10-year-olds aren't doing that.
So I lived on the 6th hole on Greystone Legacy, and I would ride my bike to the golf course with the clubs on the back on a bike, which is a little dangerous. I had a couple fails with that, and I would just hang out there all day. We had a really fun group of guys. We'd play chipping games, putting games, and we would go all day long.
Would your buddies get pissed because you would always win? Were they like, come on, Nick, it's not fair anymore, man?
To be honest, I will say this, in our little group around Birmingham, even in high school, we had 12.5 kids that played D1 golf.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, we had, even on our high school team, I want to say out of our top 7, 6 of us played Division I golf.
Okay, so these kids can play.
They'd beat me, don't get me wrong. And everybody was so competitive that it was just a lot of fun.
You are well aware about the Tiger comparisons. You're the only person since Tiger to win the U.S. Amateur and U.S. Junior Amateur. How often do you think about that statistic specifically?
Whenever I watch videos on it, it always comes up. Tiger, I mean, it's a third of what he did, right? He won 3 each. And to think about that and to think about how grueling those weeks were and how much had to go right, the good breaks, how many, shots I hit in the perfect moment and had to have them. And for him to do that 6 times, man, like it is, can't even fathom it. He's an icon of this game, and to be even in the same boat as him is very humbling.
I remember talking to JT, and he still is understanding what it's like to be friends with Tiger. I think he gets it now.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I think for a lot of the guys, I mean, this is your hero. This is an icon, like you were saying. You were with him not too long ago in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Do you have questions prepared before you meet him? How is that interaction?
You kind of just lose your questions when you see him. I was talking to Akshay, because we did that hero shot where you hit off the mat and hit that small little green.
Our youngest competitor in the Hero World Challenge field this week from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Dunlap.
He came out and was like, hey, were you nervous? I'm like, yeah. I was really nervous sitting in front of him. It was my first ever time hitting shots in front of him, and just to be in his presence is neat.
Amazing start to his career, and it's going to be an unbelievable career.
You'd have told me in January, hey, you're going to be a 2-time winner and you're going to be at Tiger's event in the Bahamas. I had to call you crazy.
There you go. Shot, dude.
It's going to start beeping at you.
I'll sign the waiver. So you're still here, and you're making a decision
If I want to stay here or kind of move this spot to Birmingham and have a Birmingham and West Palm spot.
Those are the big boy decisions you have to think about now.
It's fortunate enough to make the decisions.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, right?
I forgot my number, but I know where I'm at.
How many times have you been here?
In the last 3 months, once.
Once? Okay. I always have to take a picture of my room key.
I did that. I did that last week. I didn't know, because it was one of those hotels that it's like a 5-digit number. I'm like, I'm not gonna remember this.
Home sweet home?
Home sweet home. This is the place.
All right. See, you got some golf balls over there?
Yeah.
Batteries?
Yeah, that's my bunch of SD cards, for hunting.
Okay.
No telling what's on there. There's my little hunting computer. It's the only thing I use it for.
All right, let's see this balcony and some of the hunting equipment.
Yeah. I don't even know how to work these stupid things.
Oh yeah.
Whatever,
I
just
was
let
always
it
bad
fall.
with the blinds too.
Just let it fall. They're everywhere.
So you would watch free concerts because the amphitheater's right here and you got a pretty nice view.
Just come out and listen to music. It's pretty great.
Just regular college kid stuff.
Eat dinner, yeah. I get my every night Chipotle and just come hang out.
What's the order?
Just bland. Chicken, cheese, rice, and that's it.
Chicken, cheese, rice. No guac?
Sometimes queso if I'm feeling a little
Feeling
frisky,
sassy?
but yeah.
No guac?
That's it. Nope, no guac.
Dang. It's a
No
cheap
guac.
date, man.
I know.
And I see the gear here. So
yeah.
When do you mostly hunt now? Because you got a busier schedule.
I would hunt literally, you wouldn't hear from me all of October and November. That was my hunting time.
How's your golf game when you've been hunting for the couple of months
it's
that
terrible.
you
That's what was so weird about last year is I never played good January, February, really ever. And I just came out playing good. It was meant to happen for some reason.
do? What exactly is that?
So it's a climber.
I don't own one of these, so please take me through what this is to a California boy.
So obviously you're gonna undo this. This wraps around the top of the tree. And these little teeth, you put these into the tree and the more pressure you put on the back, it kind of locks the teeth into the tree. And then to get it to go up, you just lift this back, the teeth come up, and then you put it where you want, put pressure in the middle, and we kind of have to be careful. If you put pressure on the sides, it'll roll off a little bit.
Little wobbly?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
That's right, man.
there you go.
I got a tutorial about hunting. This is great. Is hunting still a big part of your life because it still kind of keeps you centered? Do you feel the most normal when you're hunting?
It's just quiet. Every time I go into the tree stand with more than when I come out.
Yeah.
Every time. It's just, it's my peace, it's my quiet. I just enjoy it.
And when you come here to your apartment, I know you said you don't want to spend a lot of money on couches. So
No.
is it just like the college kid is back? I don't have to worry about the real world. Like, what's your mindset when you're here?
Alabama will always be home to me.
Yeah.
And it's just fun to come back. It's a nice little game day spot. I can see all my friends and just enjoy being back.
So the takeaway is just an average college kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really am. I mean, I'm very fortunate with some of the stuff that I have, and I've got a dream car down there. That was the first thing I bought, and I just living life, man.
No TV?
There's TV in there.
Okay.
But I haven't invested in a TV out here, so if I want to watch TV, I just move it.
Yeah, makes sense. It's only about 5 feet.
Yeah.
He didn't make his bed, but I hate making my bed too, man.
If I'm by myself, like,
You don't need that.
No.
Yeah, it's ridiculous behavior, making their bed every day. Yeah. Thanks for letting us see your apartment. This was your old stomping grounds, huh?
this is my hangout spot. I don't know if I was really allowed to be out here or not, but I would come out here a bunch of my sunsets. I'd run the stadiums, run the track. It was just kind of my little chill place.
What drew you to this place specifically?
For whatever reason in Tuscaloosa, the sunsets are gorgeous. I don't know why, but yeah, I would just come, put my earbuds in. I'd run the track, run stadiums, and just hang out here. I would sometimes literally just come and sit on the bench and hang out.
How
Just
good
quiet.
were you? You can brag about yourself. How good of a track runner?
Track runner, no. I could run stadiums well. The
Okay.
track runner, no. These guys would smoke me. But I could run some stadiums.
We could walk a little bit, but just being back on campus, I know this has been, what, a couple of months since you said goodbye?
Yeah.
What kind of memories are flooding back?
Oh, it was just kind of I mean, I even walked through the weight room and saw some of my old buddies, some of my old trainers, and walk by trainer at Coleman. It's our basketball arena. I'll go in there and pop in and say hi. It's just it's all familiar. It's fun to be back.
Are those the memories that you're gonna miss the most?
Yeah. I mean, the golfing memories are fun, but it's more just hanging out as a team and hanging out and messing around, doing stuff you shouldn't do, and just enjoying college, enjoying having that bond, and that bond's gonna carry the rest of my life, hopefully for them too, but it'll never go away.
You were homeschooled before you came here.
Yep.
Was that a tough transition for you?
So my first semester, I think I was only in one or two classes in person. And then kind of after that, I'm like, you know what? I don't really feel like I got a college experience. Like I want to go to class. I want to enjoy that. I want to meet people and form relationships that aren't just athletes or golfing friends.
Was there a subject you were really good in?
Math.
What?
Math, yeah.
That's so rare.
Decent with numbers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still mess up with Hunter sometimes on adding and subtracting numbers out there. But yeah, I was fairly good at math.
I love that. All right, we got a little spot over here. I want to chat with you about this golf fraternity that you're now a part of. I saw it in Nashville not too long ago at Justin Thomas's charity event. The guys remind you that you're the new guy.
Oh yeah, they do.
And what's
It
that?
never fails.
What's that look like? How does that feel?
I just feel like they have somebody to pick on and they love it and everybody takes advantage of it. But it's cool just to get to know them a little bit better as well.
Are you ready for a new guy to come in so you can?
Absolutely, yeah.
When does that happen?
Hopefully soon. I think if I try to do that to somebody else, they're gonna do it back even worse to me. So I might have to wait a little bit before any of that happens.
So you got to put a little more time in.
Yeah, yep.
Who's taking you under their wing?
I would say Justin has, Sam Burns has a lot, and Scotty, Zalatoris, they've all been very gracious to me.
So whether it's a dinner with them or just hanging out in general, what comes to mind when you think of oh wow, that was an aha moment for me?
God, I hate giving Zalatoris credit. I really do. I hate it. It bothers me.
What did Will say to you?
I played a practice round with him. We both missed the cut, so I'll throw a shot at him there. But just watching him play a practice round, I feel like he's really, really good with being able to play around a tough golf course and to watch kind of how he can make a hard golf course boring and hit it in the right spots, not taking on flags, just playing boring golf per se. And I never really thought that much into it. And from there on out, I think it helped me tremendously.
Any good life advice from Ludwig or JT?
Justin said it on 18 green at Amex and just soak it all in. And I know he meant in that moment, but I've kind of taken it to this entire season. I think that's when I started to play well. It was middle of the year, and I always dreamed of doing this, and first part of the year, I'm like, all right, I've got to, do this. I'm always looking at the future and what I need to get better on, and I think that's when I started to play a little bit better.
Have you and Scotty talked about 2024 and argued over who you think had a better year?
Yeah, I'll argue with him on that. Yeah, he didn't play that great, I think, but no, his season's, unbelievable.
Well, obviously wins-wise, but just in the sense of what you've been able to accomplish, what he's been able to accomplish, it's just the rarest of the rare.
I appreciate that. It's nice to be in his company for sure.
We outside again. Wait till we outside again.
They call me Baby Deer Legs in college.
We wanted to see if it'd be possible for me to take on one of these gentlemen with a healthy space in between.
Nah.
Nah. You leaving the boots on for it, or taking the boots? Go barefoot.
Okay, I'll go barefoot.
How much of a head start do you think you got to give him?
On your mark, get set, go.
I'm just going light. I'm going light. I'm going light. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my, are you joking me? I think, see, my knee did like a funny thing.
I'm sorry that you had to actually witness that.
You just didn't want to beat him.
Yeah, I put the burners. I have this thing where I can put the burners on.
Yeah.
But with this is his home turf.
Yeah, I know, I agree.
It's like a whole thing, so.
No, you had him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a kale salad and head back to California. Appreciate you,
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for everything, bro.
Yep.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep.
All right, let's go home.
That does it for this edition of Swing By. Appreciate you watching. For more, watch right here, or you can subscribe right here.